comments during this meeting. Not come up with any time or any times for meeting, please. Give a warning at 3.5 minutes.
Sure.
30 seconds meeting. All right, public comments, anyone?
Good evening, Liz Anders, WA34 Sherwood Drive. Reading this on behalf of the Potter Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District. The Potter Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District is reaching out to you on behalf of the combined neighborhoods of Potter Lake and Miramar subdivision. It was brought to our attention that the board will be discussing with possible action a town donation to the Lakeview of Fireworks at the meeting today. Please reference agenda item 10A for discussion with possible action on town making a donation to the Lakeview of Fireworks. These combined neighborhoods of Potter Lake and Miramar subdivision donate annually toward a professional fireworks display for the 4th of July celebration. There are approximately 150 homes on Potter Lake and an additional 230 homes in the Miramar subdivision surroundings, close to 400 homes. In addition, the Potter Lake Boat Launch has no fees, which is more inviting for the public, and we see many people parked on the lake during these firework displays, bringing community and families together. A team of private citizens work tirelessly to organize between the fireworks vendor and the neighboring communities to gather donations. It's not an easy task, and this team of dedicated individuals struggle each year to gather the now needed 15K for this spectacular fireworks show on July 5th of this year. Based on the agenda, it appears that the town has not been asked to consider other town neighborhoods who have also provided professional firework displays. Therefore, on behalf of the combined neighborhoods, the Potter Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District is requesting equal consideration, fairness, and equal amounts of donated funds if the town decides to take action and approve fireworks funding. Finally, based on a favorable outcome of these discussions, considerations, and approvals for firework funding for these neighborhoods, you'll note that the contact information for donations is included in the email sent out this morning regarding this public comment. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Public comments?
Bob Rice, W84 Shorewood Drive. I just wanted to piggyback off on the agenda 10A with the fireworks. I've lived on Potter's Lake for the past 20 years, and the 4th of July celebration is something that many of the homeowners look forward to. They have yard parties, a lot of people come to the lake. I've worked Clean Boats, Clean Waters, and kind of manned the boat launch during the summers. The boat launch is always packed for the 4th of July. We're turning people away who are coming to see the fireworks. Like Liz said, it's $15,000 is what they've committed to this year for fireworks. It's becoming a stretch for the people to self-fund those fireworks, and it's been self-funded for forever. I don't think we've ever had outside funding, so we're asking for your assistance. Thank you.
Public comments?
I'm not sure if this is in the works or not, but I wanted to make a recommendation to the board to have an open house for the police garage, maybe coordinate with Chief Director. I know I'm very curious to see the inside. There's been maybe 2 or 3 posts on Facebook as it was being built, but there hasn't officially been any pictures of the inside since it's been completed. So I think it would be great to see, and I know a lot of other taxpayers probably would like to see the inside. And also, it would be nice to meet a couple of the police officers as well. I know they're busy doing their thing, but if they could come and introduce themselves, that would also be very beneficial.
Thank you. And there will be one, kind of hold off on a couple issues here. One of them, we have one punch list item to do, the return shower stall. We don't have that done yet, so we haven't final paid them. And then at one time I was thinking of having all the former chiefs here, and we have a little issue with that too. So we will have one. It'll probably be mid-late summer, but yes, Chief, you've been there 2 months now?
Yeah.
Thereabouts. And I'm sure everybody wants to see it, so we'll get on that.
Thank you.
Okay, public comments? Anything else? Going once? Twice? Okay, thank you very much. All right, reports of committees, my report, I did go to the LVPIA Spring Meet in Alpine Valley on the 18th of May. I had a short report on what's going on in town, and had a lot of questions on other things, especially the fuel boat launch. Troy swing event, which occurred, and this was successful. Talked about the trail grant, which we did get, in fact, we had, an official letter from the DOT June 4th, that the study, planning study has been approved, with a federal award of $76,000, which is usually in excess of what we asked for. But it does say limit, in case the scoping changes the size of the project a little bit. We talked, the fire chief discussions, we had the, Troy and the ETSD, fire chiefs at our meetings the last several months. And our discussions are looking at financial feasibility of potential merger. We also talked about the Walworth County Housing Summit. They had a huge summit, and apparently Walworth County is in dire straits, as far as available housing. We keep saying the word affordable housing, and that's a hard word to define. But I did not go to the summit, but I did review the PowerPoint, and of course the biggest needs will occur in high density developments, and that's not what we do. However, on single family homes, the town of East Troy last 5 years is doubled what the village has done as far as houses. So can't say we're anti development. What I'm saying is though that the big needs in housing will probably be in a more dense situation, and as of now, the village is one large housing development that's going to be breaking ground as soon as they get their tip straight. It could be a year from now, but that's the one where the Can't Truck used to be on ES. I guess it would be on the uphill side of where the post office is. And then next Tuesday, I'm meeting again, and one thing that got added here, we're talking about more cooperation with our compost site and Village Brush, so we'll be doing that. So that's all I have. Next Supervisor Schultz, if you want to add anything to the report?
No. I would say that's what the fire.
Okay. All right, media IT report, if Jenny have anything that you provided, oh, she had a report.
Nothing additional.
Her report is in the package.
Yep.
Okay. Department of Public Works, Tom.
Well, I received my brief little report, any questions on it? It's kind of busy month with storm damage and rain damage, we had a lot of washouts, a lot of repairing some gravel, a lot of trees down. But, other than that, it's been pretty uneventful. They started roadside mowing, they just finished up Friday. That takes a while because the grass is so tall, so it can growing so quick. And we're just trying to get started on our summer road program. Can kind of create it with some funding, and then I'm trying to put some of it off. Seal coating is gonna start probably next week. They delivered, everybody worries about the big pile that's out there, that's all granite chips for seal coating. But trying to hold off as long as we can to see what happens with this ABRA program. And then, South Shore, there's another big house getting torn down again. And that's slated to get repaved this year, and I just got the breakdown on that and broke down what it's gonna cost for the couple houses that have been done already. And that'll be in next month's, I have to talk to the board about how we're gonna pursue to try and recoup some of the funds back.
Any other questions, generally? Todd? Okay.
And then
Bids.
we gotta redo kind of our road bids.
I'll explain that. At our special meeting that we had, I read Stark Pavement's base bid, not their full bid. So, Jim caught that, as well as you caught that, and you did have, Stark come in the next morning, you wanted to look at the
Yep.
bid.
Yeah, he understood where it all came from,
Yeah.
just, he read one page, not the final.
Yeah, that was my mistake. So in effect, Wolf Paving was a little bit at $693, not Stark at $729. So we need a motion to rescind that approval of the bid for new roads for Stark Field. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that the town of East Troy rescind the, bid for road work from Stark Pavement in Brookfield, Wisconsin.
Still on pavement or
Paving. Well, it says pavement.
Pavement.
Okay, Stark.
I took that out.
I will rescind my motion and remake the motion to authorize the town of East Troy to withdraw its approval to awarding the bid to Stark Paving.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed, none, motion carries. And then the low bidder is Wolf Paving, so we need a motion to approve that low bid for new roads from Wolf Paving.
I'll make a motion that we approve Wolf paving for the 2024 roads.
Yeah, 693.
That's 693, 638.
Okay, we have a second.
Second.
Mark Church, second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? None. Motion carried. So, keep in touch about, the timing on that one section of road, and we'll see. I did have an email in this morning to, Tom Winker. He usually has his head to the rails a little bit closer, maybe he can give us a closer date. It would be nice to, take advantage of any can money, that's for sure.
Just don't do anything before
Yeah, we've had some issues with other grants lately, with more with the Public Service Commission versus
the roads.
the roads.
Yeah.
Learned a few things in there in these last couple of minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Time well spent, huh?
yeah.
Anything else? Very good. Thank you. All right, police report, Chief Director.
Yeah, I packed it to you a little late, had a busy Friday. Through the, end of May, we had 4,733 calls for service. Through the end of May, we've issued, 604 citations for ordinance, that's a combination. And then for the month of May, we issued a total of 131 citation and ordinance violations. Anybody have any questions on that?
No questions?
No, thank you for being so busy.
No questions?
All right.
Hasn't even started yet.
Thank you very much. We've got a question.
That's painless.
Go ahead. Well, Chief.
How many more on the lake?
I believe, we've written one citation on the lake so far this year. We're also, let me step back up.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
I didn't know you were like leaving.
No, I'm saying, but I'm leaving the podium. We are having, a crap ton of problems with connectivity. Going through Verizon for cellular service and for data service. And that really hampers our efforts, not only out on the road, but out on the boat. Until we get the new radio system, our coverage for radio on the lake stinks, is the polite way to put it. So right now, we're getting a double whammy. Not only does our radio not consistently work on the analog 800 system that we're currently on, but none of our data works going through Verizon. This dates back at least a month. At the beginning of last week, I put in a work order and called Verizon and said, this is an unsafe working environment for us in law enforcement. And that a couple incidents where we needed information and normally we were able to pull it up on our computer, but because of the lack of coverage for data service, I wasn't able to get that information. Thankfully, a county car was there and his computer was working and we were able to get what we needed, through his system. So, it's not on the agenda, but I've been in talks with FirstNet to swap over. With, that's what the county has, and, based on our preliminary, I had, Brandon come and talk with Kim and Jean. I don't know if Kim was in the office. Jean talked with Jean, and, it would be close to $100 savings a month, without any incentives. With the incentives plan, our current, cellular bill is close to 700, like 689. It would be a $200 a month savings with the incentives for 24 months. And then once the incentives go away, it would be $100 savings a month to go with FirstNet.
I know that at the fire district, we needed to trade some of the, equipment. Is that the same for the police department?
No, I twisted Brandon's arm. We're going to, use the Cradle points that we have, and there is a, way to, adjust them. So what would end up happening is our data would be through AT&T only. But our new Cradle point that I've been trying to order would be through FirstNet. So that car would be on the FirstNet system. The backup or the other cars would be on AT&T until the Cradle points needed to be changed out, and then they would be on the FirstNet system. But it's the same cellular service.
How does that work for your boat patrol then? The radio system?
The radios are what they are, kind of what they are at this point, but
Would FirstNet improve the
The-
water?
the data coverage out there, yes, because it's, as far as the radios go, it's not gonna do anything going to FirstNet, but our data,
Okay,
running, boat registrations, running, our information, and I don't know what you guys get from the county, but right now, our dispatch center is down like 10 dispatchers. So, picking up the radio in the days when I started and saying, hey, I need a boat registration and a Wisconsin 27 driver's license check, they don't have the manpower to do that for, well, they do Lauderdale Lakes, they do our lake. Geneva goes through Lake Geneva, Police Department, but all the other boat patrols in the county go through the county. So you're adding exponentially every weekend, and it's just not fair to them to run it. So we try and take care of that on the boat, but when we're handicapped and that information doesn't work, you do either one of two things. Aggravate the heck out of your dispatchers and anger them, or you start not making stops and not writing the tickets that you normally do, so.
Verizon didn't mention sunspots, did they?
They have not returned a single call to me after I issued the ticket and asked them to get a service tech out here, and was willing to meet with him or her in person and drive them around in my squad and show them.
Because sunspot activity affect shortwave radios, should not affect,
Yeah.
frequency, et cetera.
And like I said, the other day when, I was in Miramar subdivision, and we were trying to pick up a subject on a felony warrant, that's when I think I probably was at my wit's end. I had enough, because I really needed that information, and I couldn't get it. And thankfully, I had a county sergeant with me and said, hey, run this stuff for me, and he was able to, so.
Do you guys have cell boosters in your vehicles?
We have Cradle points, not cell boosters.
When you say cradle points, you're talking the puck, right?
No.
The 5G puck?
No, it's an antenna that's on the squad, similar, it's the big black disc on top of the car.
Okay.
So that, we have a puck in one squad right now, and it runs worse than the other cars, and it's
Yeah.
running even worse now.
Yeah.
But that's what we had, were the little pucks when I started, and we slowly have, switched over to Cradlepoint, which is kind of the industry standard for data, and not just in Wisconsin, but nationwide. So when I was down in Tennessee, getting our last squad that was built, that, talking to those guys and looking at the squads that they're doing, everybody is using Cradlepoint for their, data antenna on the squads.
And activation of countywide emergency, communications still in December? They changed that?
I don't know if they've officially changed it, they're still trying to shoot for it, but I can be 100% honest, if it's up by next March,
Okay.
there's still towers that don't have equipment.
Yeah, one in my backyard, they're finishing up tomorrow with all the stuff that will be connected, but the one in Spring Prairie, I'm not quite sure if they even started yet.
Yeah,
I didn't see it today when I came by it.
yeah, so, and I believe, I don't know how many total antennas, I wanna say like 7,
We got 2 dishes and
but
5 other miscellaneous.
But I know they have to build the ground level and then they have to build the antenna up. As far as the antennas, towers are there, but attaching all the equipment and running all the lines, so. I think September, December would be, doable if there's not a single hiccup in the system. But, as we all know, with current shipping and receiving issues, the equipment's ordered and when it gets here, they will definitely install it, so.
Alright, very good. Thank you very much.
Yep.
ETSD report, Supervisor Church.
Yes, thank you. I would like to, start my report by recognizing the, efforts of the department. At the East Troy Fire and Rescue Banquet in May, Deputy Chief Patrick Price was awarded the EMS Provider of the Year for 2023, and Jason Hayes was awarded Firefighter of the Year for 2023. On May 21st, I attended a webinar with the Towns Association. It was held for municipal leaders and fire and EMS departments to learn more about the maintenance of effort reporting documents. It was only an hour long. There were 100 questions left in the queue by the end of the meeting that people didn't get to. What was really important that we learned was the documents needed to be filed by July 1st. Failure to complete those documents on time would result in the Department of Revenue withholding the first payment of shared revenue to the municipality. That's about 15% of shared revenue, so that's a really big thing. Chief DeGaro did have all of the documents completed before the end of April and forwarded them to all of the municipalities at that time, so I know that they've gone out. The ETA ESD held its annual meeting on May 21st. Election of officers took place. Barbara Church was elected president. Jason Smalley from the village of East Troy was elected vice president. Steve Schmittendorf from the town of East Troy was elected secretary. And John Morath, village of East Troy, was elected treasurer. Our next meeting has been scheduled for June 18th at 5 o'clock. We will begin with a presentation from the village of East Troy consultants, Ayers.
Questions for Barb?
Barb, you indicated that, Chief DeGaro had his portion completed at the end of April and forwarded them to the municipalities.
Before the end of April, we forwarded them to the municipalities.
Does the town of East Troy have a portion that is yet to be completed?
Not that I'm
If you
aware of.
would have read the clerk's report, you would have noticed that the clerk has already filed her portion of that entity.
Okay, well, maybe there's sections other than the clerk section.
No, he filed his, I filed mine, we're good.
Okay.
It's done.
I did have one thing that, I forgot to report out. The fire chief has asked for the, town board to attend either a, workshop on Tuesday, June 18th, or Thursday, June 20th. The invitation was given to you, earlier, and I believe it's in the packet. If you would please consider attending one of the workshops, please get back to Chief DeGaro.
Does anybody know, I'm going on the 18th, 9 to 12,
I will be at the 18th from 9 to 12.
so that's two, we don't need to post yet. Anybody else going in the morning?
I talked to Chief today and told him I was gonna try to go to the one, the nighttime one.
Okay.
It would be the same, yeah, we would probably, yeah, I would be the same, the evening one.
Evening one, okay.
I think it would behoove us to post both of them as potential notice.
Yeah.
That way if somebody's schedule changes at the last